Goku would arrive on the planet of the Saiyans, which he would observe an identical subject to him, and this pressure was latent throughout the planet Vegeta. These warriors approached until they were face to face, with their auras colliding. Although the power of this warrior isn't compared in the slightest with the power of Beerus, I gotta confess, I'm surprised that he's able to stand in front of me, since as I understand, these subjects are just mortals, the lowest scale in the divine world. I don't know who the hell you are, but if you want to impersonate me, that'll be impossible. I'm the Supreme Commander of the planet, and planning to end your existence. I'm not interested in being able to adapt to the form of other warriors. You can't compare yourself to the power of the legendary Super Saiyan. Legendary Super Saiyan? The hell do you mean? And for your information, I haven't stolen anyone's body. And for that reason, I've approached the planet. How do you have an appearance similar to me anyway? I don't want your excuses. I'll show you real power. The power that can't be obtained only by stealing the body of your enemies. Watch. Bardock would instantly clench his fists, while multiple rays fell all around him. Goku was surprised because, in the essence of Bardock, there was little as his essence as well as his Beerus. Bardock, after a few minutes, would access Super Saiyan God, leaving Goku, who would be surprised, and instantly access the Ultra Instinct, making a great silver aura rise above the planet, even being perceived by the deities of Universe 7. Well, this power is beyond the gods, and it surpasses the Saiyan gods, who call his transformation a legendary Super Saiyan. Without knowing that in his energy veins, he runs the definitive god of the highest rank. Hey, Whis, we must go to Planet Vegeta, since we don't have the bearer of that power, and since the annihilation of the 6 multiverses, I, the ancient sacred god, had to resume my training. I don't know if my power compares to 100% of Beerus's, since I also possess demonic blood. Beerus would instantly make some demonic blood flow over his body. Despite this being tiny, he could generate great destruction over the planet, and Beerus would stop using this energy while approaching Whis. Although it is what I hate the most about is my demonic blood, because every time I go into frenzy mode, my instincts are the ones that take over. I can't even control them. I understand, Mr. Beerus, but don't worry, because for that very reason, I'm here. I've been empowered with the energy of the Celestial Kingdom to be able to be your guardian angel. On that side, there's nothing that you have to worry about. On the planet Vegeta, everything was being destroyed. A single signal from Bardock with multiple energy matrices began to cover the surface of the planet, leaving only Goku and Bardock. I'm sorry that I made you fight outside your planet. I don't want to cause damage, because all there are innocent soldiers that couldn't stand my pressure. Ha! I can tell you're confident, but that's gonna be your downfall. Don't say stupid things. I'm not even able to understand the transformation you can get. It doesn't even compare to my legendary Super Saiyan power, though. What if you think we check it out? Because if you don't believe it, my body's gonna start to shake, and I already want to check the power that you brag about so much. So come on, attack me! Bardock with a smile would pounce against Goku, thinking it was just another weakling, but to his surprise, Goku stopped Bardock's onslaught with a gaze. Goku's Ultra Instinct was more powerful than before, and Bardock couldn't move in the slightest. Goku would approach Bardock. What happened? I thought you were more powerful. You can't even free yourself from my visual power. Ha! You're not worthy to fight me. What is this power? Why can't I move? This guy's really more powerful than me. But that doesn't explain our kinship. I really want to fight, so I'll decrease my pressure just a little more so you can attack me. I hope you're powerful enough to give me some sort of battle. Goku would decrease his pressure, so Bardock would manage to move. But he would take distance, going through multiple emotions of anger, disappointment, and terror. He didn't know what he was feeling, since he was never humiliated that way before, and he didn't know how to proceed with this warrior in front of him. I never thought that a being that looks like me could have that power. This time I can't hide my true power. Watch this! Bardock would clench his fists, while a large amount of divine power began to flow throughout his body. Bardock this time would access Super Saiyan Blue maximum power, and this power that Bardock would release would be perceived by the entire Universe 7. Apparently the guy Bardock's facing is powerful enough to make him use all his power. Who is this guy? I'm even intrigued, Mr. Beerus. Bardock's only used 100% with you, and although your battle was very even, you could beat him by very little. From that day, you decided to train so no mortal would be able to surpass you. You're right. I don't always wish to resort to demonic power. I'm sure that in that case, using demonic power, I would have ended Bardock's life. That is obvious, Mr. Beerus. In that state, you couldn't control yourself. Whis, together with Beerus, would continue with great speed towards the battle. Bardock would access all his power, with which a great determination would pounce against Goku. Both began to exchange thousands of blows on the battlefield. Despite the fact that Bardock was taking his body to the limit, he couldn't do anything against Goku, who would just be playing with Bardock. All the other Saiyans were surprised because the best warrior on the whole planet was treated like a child. Bardock, despite being with his guard up, was not able to dodge a big grab by Goku, and with his speed, would fly towards a nearby planet, crushing Bardock on the planet, generating damage all over his body. Because this time, Bardock's body was expelling blood all over the place, Goku would leave him stranded on the planet. After all, you couldn't force me to use more power, and I restrained myself with the Ultra Instinct. You couldn't do anything against me, so die. Goku, with a colder heart, as well as his personality, would carry a great attack with his palms, and he would plan to end Bardock's life, thinking twice to throw this incredible attack. Bardock watched as that attack approached him, and he was not able to do anything because his body was destroyed. I always rejoiced to be the most powerful warrior of the Universe 7. I even came close to beating the god Beerus, but this warrior has no point for comparison. Bardock would accept his fate, but the attack of being about to collide would be deflected with great ease and would leave Goku surprised, taking a distance from the explosion. A big curtain of dust would observe Beerus. I don't know who the hell you are, but I can tell your appearance is identical to that guy's. I can't tell you can end his life, since the Saiyans are under my care, and we know the origin of the divine vein. Well, if it's the god of destruction in front of me. Interesting. I have millions of years since I have faced a god. Last time I faced a god as a destruction was Sirius, and it was the best battle of my life. Whis and Beerus would be surprised to know that the guy in front of him would face Sirius, because Beerus, without trusting in the slightest, would access all his power, and this time it was overwhelming, and would make Bardock tremble. Since the last time they had battle, his power increased incredibly. Apparently, Mr. Beerus is planning to go all out from the beginning, and it's understandable because the guy in front of us could fight Sirius. That means his power is incredible. This is all my power, of the most powerful god of the 12 universes. I hope you're ready. I must confess, you got good power, but you don't even hold a candle to Sirius. Beerus, a little irritated, would throw himself against Goku, but with his Ultra Instinct dodged all the punches. Goku would start attacking and be surprised to realize how Beerus would dodge most of his punches, and Goku would take a bit of a distance to completely analyze Beerus. I'm surprised you could dodge me. You possess the Ultra Instinct, or do you have demonic blood? I don't get what power it is, but it's the only option that Sirius used to face me. The wonder of the deities would grow even more. There's no doubt this guy faced Sirius millions of years ago, and he even knows the existence of demonic blood. But not all gods possess it, since most of them consider it cursed. Mr. Beerus, feel free to go all out, and apparently the warrior in front of us is a universal threat. Don't hold back, Mr. Beerus. So you've been holding back this whole time, huh? If you don't use your demonic blood because of the fact you get out of control, then you don't have nothing to worry about. I have the power to repel you. I've been training this whole time to face Sirius, and her universe along with her has been eliminated. Beerus, without saying a word, would expel his power of the demonic blood, causing everything around him to change. And this would instantly create a powerful barrier in Universe 7 with the intensity of the deities of Zeno-sama's palace to not feel the essence of the demonic blood. Beerus would release the power similar to Sirius's, and Goku's gaze would change to enthusiasm, hoping that Beerus would go all out. Use all your energy reserves. I'll be one of the best battles I'll have, although I doubt you can compare to the battle I had against Sirius. Beerus, without saying anything, would release all his power, and after a few minutes, an explosion of energy would be seen with Beerus, who hadn't changed physically, but everything around him was destroyed by his aura. This is all my power of the demonic blood, and of course there are the gods with greater affinity, but this is the affinity that I can control. Well, I gotta confess, your power is amazing. I don't doubt that you can do anything against me, though, since your power is below Sirius. And although Goku wasn't finished speaking, he got a blow to the jaw, sending him to the planet, destroying it, because the physical strength of Beerus increased greatly. It doesn't matter the power of Sirius-sama, it's superior to the power of Beerus. Due to being a woman, her prowess on the battle does not compare to Lord Beerus's. And although if we had compared destructive attacks, Cirrus surpassed him, but never in hand-to-hand combat as they will do now. Goku would get up and with an incredible aura would soar all around him. This battle's gonna be fun, since your power is lower than Cirrus's, but your movements are more polished. Goku would pounce on Beerus, and both warriors would begin to fight. One of the God of the Destruction of the Universe 7, while another was birthing the Saiyan race. They exchanged millions of blows with bursts of energy. However, as the battle went on, more danger was stalking them. That's right, Cirrus was watching the battle, while her warrior would put her hand on her shoulder. Cirrus, because of the warrior of your universe was destroyed by the power of this great force to use the demonic blood, which gives you the power beyond your limits, Zeno-sama decided to eradicate the most outstanding gods with that blood. I won't forgive him. I want to know how much Beerus has improved, since he's always wanted to compare himself to me. I'll always be able to surpass him, although, of course, in hand-to-hand combat he is better, but currently I can humiliate him with only just one of my arms. I think that it's great that you have this confidence, Cirrus. It doesn't take long to end all those people. As you know, millions of years ago, I also eliminated by a relative of Zeno-sama's bastard self, and they would see us as a threat as they eliminate us. Goku, I plan to make you suffer in every possible way. So you are the supposed perfect creation of my master Daishinkan and the useless Zeno-sama, but I'll show you how effort of capable to defeat talent. On the battlefield, Goku and Beerus would continue with their battle, but they would stare at each other, while they took in with their body the limit to transformation that they were at. The power of both warriors would grow incredibly. This time, the whole universe would shake. Due to the barrier Whis previously placed, the deities of Zeno-sama's palace weren't able to feel the power of Goku, much less the power of the demonic blood of Beerus. At the prudent distance, a dark portal would be created, and Cirrus and the warrior would be rescued her before being eliminated by Zeno-sama. Master, I want to finish all those bastards! I gotta confess, I'm surprised by the pathetic Beerus that he's able to give Goku a battle. His power is incredible! I want to destroy him, knowing that the creation of those bastards. Cirrus, a part of me also longed to end the creation of those bastards. I'll tell you what though, it's Goku's fault who's being created by them, or was it Goku's fault his father destroyed the 6 most powerful universes? I definitely don't know, Master. I want to know the beings of the Divine Kingdom to suffer, just as I did in my people. They were not to blame for anything. They were only destroyed by a whim of that good-for-nothing dwarf. From that behavior, I've been able to analyze. The warrior Goku has a pure heart, and in that heart, it was much colder because he created both warriors. I'm sure that if we tell him what happened, that warrior will join us, and that would cause more damage to the dwarf. That's a great idea. I really doubt that Goku wants to join us, but it doesn't matter. Those bastards destroyed our universes. They are their creators. And in that case, if he refuses, I'll end his life. I agree with you, Cirrus, because in this case, he will not be able to punish the Divine Kingdom with severity and a fair hand. He does not deserve to be a ruler. We have to end his life completely. It'll be better to watch how his combat unfolds. In the battlefield, Beerus, despite using his power, couldn't give Goku battle, who would be using the perfect Ultra Instinct. Due to this, a large draft of air would make him retreat. Goku's body released more power that was able to generate panic. Well, that's surprising. I didn't see this power releasing. I would be able to defeat an ordinary angel, though the Supreme Archangel would be complex to overcome all that power by fighting cleanly. You managed to give me a little release more of my power. I'm surprised at the dexterity you have. I gotta confess that Cirrus had more power, and I got tired of playing with you. In the next move, I'll end this. Don't even think that I'll let myself be defeated so easily. Not much that you idolize Cirrus. She and I possess demonic blood, and her power from mine is not so far away. I doubt that, and because of that, I want you to prove to me that incredible power you possess. I want you to be able to give me more battle than Cirrus could. Beerus, irritated, would pounce against Goku, though Whis warned him not to attack. On this occasion, Beerus was furious, not thinking clearly, and because of this, Goku would let one of his vital points be discovered, making him fall to the planet. Beerus, upset, would try to stand, but would vomit blood. And forcing his body much more, he was able to lash out against Goku. His astonishment was evident, realizing that the hand of Goku was in front of him. "I warned you! The next move, the combat's gonna end!" Beerus wasn't able to do anything, but a large sphere began to be created in Goku's palm. Whis, from his blind spot, would try to attack him, but Goku's reflexes were faster than Whis's, and he would manage to dodge his blow. Well, so an angel attacking from behind. Yeah, that I didn't see coming. Angels are supposed to be impeccable beings. An attack from the front, but apparently even among the angels there's scum like you. I can't justify myself, you are right. We attack from the front. Your power is higher than an angel. I won't be able to defeat you if I fight cleanly. Whis at that moment with his staff would release poison over the battlefield with the intention of getting into Goku's system while the battle was going on. Goku released a great golden aura, making those toxins that Whis released eliminated. I knew you couldn't fight cleanly, since you put up that barrier, which was capable of boosting you by 15%, it doesn't seem that much. But for divine beings' energy, their powers are amazing. 15% is an incredible extra in their power. That does surprise me. No being apart from the angels are able to realize the divine technique of the gods and angels. You are definitely a dangerous warrior, and since you have the knowledge beyond a mere mortal, that mere reason I have to end your life right now. Ho! So you'll end my life. That's interesting, because that's the same thing that miserable good-for-nothing god told me. I can't do anything against me. Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Beerus is the most powerful god among the 12 universes. I'm the super angel known as the Archangel, and his guardian and protector. I got to be more powerful than my god. That's funny, because you're telling me that, and you're telling me to understand that your power is 10 times greater than that of a god. I won't know until I'm able to fight you, so get ready, Archangel Good-for-Nothing. The aura of both began to collide, where Whis would be the first to perform his movement with the help of the staff, making a giant sphere of energy. And he would intend to leave him without vision, because the sphere would be close to Goku, exploding, creating a big bright light. Whis, with his incredible speed, would attack him, and Goku couldn't see anything. Whis would try to attack, and Goku in the same place, with Whis not being able to say anything, a powerful blow of Goku sent him flying. Goku wouldn't stop there. He would teleport behind Whis, give him a blow to the stomach, so brutal that it would send him to the planet, destroying everything in its entirety, due to this power. Well, I didn't expect that. I thought by calling you a Supreme Archangel, your power would be more destructive. Apparently you're still good for nothing. From the crater, a silver aura would rise. Whis released his power, and Beerus would be surprised to feel the essence released. So that's all the power of an Archangel. The only one that's able to compare himself in battle is DAISHINKAN, the only being able to control me when I activated all my demonic blood. In Zeno-sama's kingdom, DAISHINKAN would arrive to his king. Tell me, Lord, what's happening that you need my presence? I want to know Goku and what he's doing. There's no danger I sense in the universes. I just feel something's wrong and I want to know what's happening. Of course, my lord, I'll see this moment. DAISHINKAN with his great power would observe from the form of sphere everything that was happening in Universe 7, being able to see how Goku was exploring the planet of the Saiyans, but this was an illusion. Because of Whis' barrier, all the warriors who would try to see what was happening in the universe would only see what his brain longed to see. Well, apparently Goku's having a great time, since it seems like he's making acquaintances with the same warrior race as him. Of course, Goku's more powerful. He was the one who gave rise to the Saiyans. I agree with you, my lord. Even there are Saiyans that are compared to the power of a god or an angel, Goku will always be able to overcome them, because the power of both runs through his veins, and there's nothing to fear. Seeing that Goku's fine, I can relax more. Since something intrigued me too much, I thought that something was happening. My lord, with respect you deserve, it's impossible to be a being of divine energy, being able to face you. Goku's power is incomparable. I know, DAISHINKAN. There's just something I keep liking. In Universe 7, the battle began to lean much more in favor of Goku, because despite Whis possessing Ultra Instinct, he could have dodged the blows of Goku, and he had the knowledge of the great DAISHINKAN, connecting some extremely powerful blows, which after a few minutes managed to blend Whis completely. As he would fall to one of the sides of Beerus, his whole body began to expel large amounts of blood. This can't be happening. It's said that the Archangel Whis could only be defeated by DAISHINKAN, but he's been defeated by a mortal. Goku would approach the completely defeated deities, where Goku would inform them, "I am not a mere mortal. I'm the beginning and the end. I'm the warrior who gave rise to this race, but you've calmed my desire to fight." Goku would completely turn his back on them and would not see anything. A flash managed to connect a brutal blow to his stomach, sending him flying to the planet, destroying everything in his path. "What happened? He hasn't been able to see anything. It seems there's an opposing warrior sending him to fly." "That's impossible, my lord. Since I was defeated, who else besides Daishinkan's high priest would be able to give battle to him?" But Whis and Beerus felt the terror. In the Universe 7, death would be expressed, and on the whole universe, slaughter and death were released. So much so that on this occasion, Whis and Beerus felt like their end was approaching. What is this pressure? Since even while fighting that Saiyan, he wasn't able to emanate such pressure, who is the owner of this power? A roar would be heard from the planet. Goku, where he was sent to fly, would difficultly stand up, wiping his mouth. "Who's the bastard that attacked me? I hope that he's ready to get his life ended. This lack of respect I will not let pass." A silhouette wrapped in shadows would prostrate himself in front of Goku. Without completely saying anything, Goku would be waiting for an answer while not getting anything, and he would be irritated, trying to attack the entity, but it was not able to connect a blow, which would make him even more angry, since they were mocking him. "Who the hell do you think you are? I don't even think Daishinkan would treat me that way, much less you, a mere mortal." To the amazement of Whis and Beerus, it would grow much more that the warrior whom they fought knew Daishinkan. "That guy mentioned my father. It's impossible for a mortal to know about the existence of DAISHINKAN and Zeno-sama. Who is this guy?" "I really don't know, Whis, but this is bad, because that entity that just arrived is evil and it'll end our existence." Goku would try to attack, but that entity would stop his blow without effort, while those shadows began to fade, allowing him to observe Sirius. "What? This is impossible. How can you see that Sirius is alive?" "This is beneficial for us, Mr. Beerus, because you and I unite with Sirius to be able to defeat that Saiyan." To the amazement of Whis and Beerus, they heard Goku's laugh. "But if you're serious, I'm sorry, I don't remember the energy was like. I gotta confess, that blow you gave me caused me damage. I knew you hadn't died. It's impossible for you and the other gods to try revolution." "Revolution? What are you talking about, Goku?" "That's right, Daishinkan and Zeno-sama explained to me that they tried to finish the 6 most powerful universes, since their gods were well with their inhabitants trying to overthrow the beings of that palace of Zeno-sama. Behind Sirius, a new warrior would appear. It'd be seen on his face how upset he was. Without being able to contain himself, he would release great power. "I'm Sorat! What are you trying to do in this revolution? You good-for-nothing worm, I was almost destroyed by the beginning of time, since my existence did not suit that dwarf." The pressure had been released by the master of Sirius named Sorat, even almost ended the lives of Whis and Beerus, who were the weakest subjects in the place. "I don't know if you know me. These guys you idolize so much, they end up with the beings they consider dangerous in the future. So even though you're their creation, I'm sure that in that moment, they'll be able to end you." "Goku, after our battle, I wasn't able to move. But Zeno-sama began to eliminate all 6 universes. But because I was in such a terrible condition, I wasn't able to do anything. It saved me, since he went through something similar. I really can't believe they're telling me, since what they're telling me is something different. Don't worry, if they ended the 6 universes and innocent lives, I, as the Prince of the Divine Kingdom, will end them." "I am surprised by the determination you have, Goku. It makes me give you pity that you found out this way." "No, serious, thank you. I never quite believed what they told me." Goku would clench his fists, his hair would turn white, and anger would grow greatly. Goku's power grew amazingly. In that time, all the barriers around him were destroyed, and his power would be seen through the kingdom of Zeno-sama, making the palace shake. "What's going on? This is the power of Goku, but he's increasing his power at these scales. No god or angel has the power to do something, but something has to be done." Daishinkan would appear in front of Zeno-sama and his guardians. "My lord, something bad's happening in Universe 7. I want you to see, as it's something that I can't even believe." Daishinkan with his power would make a great sphere and showing what would be seen. Observing Goku raising his powers incredibly, and the face of Zeno would completely change, to realize how next to him was Beerus and Sorat, a warrior who existed for millions of years. By his expression, we can recognize Beerus and Sorat. Both were eliminated by their universes, surpassing an ordinary god. If they're next to Goku, they could cause a great inner warrior.
I know. Although killing our creation Goku's the last thing I want to do, if he joins them, he'll leave me no choice. I'll have to use the power of the hells of the 12 universes.
Instantly, hundreds of skulls as well as a great door of the underworld could be seen by the 12 universes, seen by the inhabitants of these universes, but all that negative power would enter the body of Zeno-sama, and everything around him would begin to enter his body, and he began to access his combat form. The negative power he expressed in that transformation was incredible. Despite millions of kilometers, the power Zeno-sama had and Goku were colliding, because on this occasion, Goku's power broke limits, and it was compared to an authentic king of the whole. This would be interesting. Even though that we have the support of Goku, the power of that dwarf increased greatly. He was able to use the 12 hells of the 12 universes. Damn it.
He's the 12 Master Hells? Is that possible? So I had only the god of death to be able to resort to the power of the 12 hells. But Zeno-sama, despite everything he's done, he is still being a light. He doesn't possess the essence of death.
Beerus, I want you to know that in this time idolized Zeno-sama Daishinkan. In that creation of everything, Zeno-sama was blessed with the power of all, and was birthing everything. Zeno-sama is also the first god of death of the entire multiverse. Beerus would be surprised by this clarification. The one you idolize as a noble being, as I've told you in the 24 previous universes, I'm sure there are even more. Their conversation would be interrupted as an explosion would be seen. Goku would reach his limit of his power, and there were celestial marks on his body, marks of a divine being of the highest level, marks that would leave Sorat surprised. Really, the creation of those bastards at the end of the reign of evil. We have the advantage. Goku was able to release his celestial marks, and it gave him incredible power on the battlefield.
Even though they're my creators, they were able to raise me with the mentality that I would be the new king of the 12 universes. I can't allow people to be eliminated no matter what. I'll stop them.
A great roar would be heard over the 12 universes. Zeno-sama and everything around him would darken with this new evil energy. Zeno-sama would absorb the power of the 12 owls, and the power in his body were destroying multiple planets of the 12 universes. A great look of power could be seen from him.
Daishinkan, you better be ready. This time, we're gonna end this once and for all. I have no plans to let those wretches manipulate Goku.
But my lord, Goku's already releasing those powers. His essence is able to feel this planet. That means that he has plans to finish us, and he wants to annihilate us.
If that was the case, we'd have no alternative but to finish him. And Daishinkan, I want you to merge with my guardians to get as much power as you can.
Of course, my lord. Although I've likened Goku, we can't allow him to finish us. Daishinkan would absorb Zeno-sama's guardians, and power would increase likewise to an amazing level, and everything around him would shudder.
Daishinkan, being a gifted angel, will be able to master the power of the guardians. I'm sure that with that miserable Sorat, and he would come to face me.
Daishinkan would expel his power, generating a huge explosion, destroying planets that were close to him, and his body released a power beyond a high priest. I'm sorry, Goku. We have to end your life once and for all. Since you could become a threat to all of us, we will eradicate you.
Well said. I don't know what the hell's going on through his mind, but it's been the worst.
Both deities with great speed approached Universe 7. Being the most powerful deities of the 12 universes, they arrived in a few minutes. The instant they arrived, everything around them would be filled with multiple lightning bolts, since the power they released was madness. Zeno-sama would appear between the great curtain of dust and lightning.
No, long time no see, Sorat and Beerus. I don't know how the hell they were able to survive my universe removal technique, but they amaze me. So it's true what Beerus told me. I have a question. Why did you do it? You've always been my role model. What made you do this? I really don't want to exterminate you, Goku. You being the most powerful being of the 12 universes, we can't allow you to be equal to my power. And for that reason, the gods and mortals stand out among the others. We eliminate all their universes without a trace.
Zeno-sama's right. We longed for an entire reign of millions of years to have a worthy successor, and for that reason we decided to create you. Apparently, it's been the worst decision we've made.
I can't believe it. I always thought that all the beings had the same possibilities to become more powerful. While a being becomes more powerful, what you do is discarded completely. It means that if I become more powerful, you're gonna end my life. You're wrong, because if you haven't had that mentality, we won't have a reason to end your life. That mentality you have, it leaves us no choice. At this moment, we have to end you.
Although I have a great affection for you, I can't let you finish us. If we recover all the power we invested in you, we could create a being with our ideals. That's what I've told you, Goku. These bastards feel they no longer are useful as they discard you for a piece of garbage. For that reason, we gotta put an end to this.
Goku, you're not alone. I plan to end your life, but as far as I'm able to see, you were deceived by these bastards.
Well, those words were hurtful, and that you think of me after training for millions of years, you're nothing but ungrateful.
I appreciate your teachings, but I know our true ideals are for the sake of the 12 universes. Today, only one side will come out alive. I agree with you, Sirius. It's a pity that we don't plan to be eliminated by a simple worm good for nothing. Master, I want to face DAISHINKAN, because even though he was the one who taught me the whole basis of my combat style, I can't believe I was able to generate so much damage to the 12 universes.
Don't worry, I want to fight Sorat. I'll defeat you in one move, since you're a girl who doesn't have any power.
Sirius would be trying to do something, but she would be sent flying with an overwhelming power, destroying the planet she had been sent flying on.
It's time to fight, Sorat. I remember that you're gifted of the 12 universes, but even said your power is more amazing than the power of a priest. I'm gonna end your damn existence. Ha! Don't make me laugh. You think Sirius will be defeated in one fell swoop? You're deluded, as power of Sirius is amazing. You better get ready. Apparently, one who's really underestimating my power is you. The power I possess is capable of ending Sirius's life with one blow, and I managed to inject a lot of destructive energy in that blow, my energy being more powerful than Sirius's. Her body will be destroyed from within.
Sorat wanted a surprise to realize that Sirius couldn't stand due to the effort, and was knocked out with the whole interior being slowly destroyed.
As I said, we don't know how we could survive the great Zeno-sama's technique, but it'll be the last day of their life. Damn good for nothing. I can't believe you don't have any remorse for your apprentice. I, Sorat, will end your pathetic existence.
Sorat would expel all his power, while great roars would be heard through the 12 universes. Zeno and Goku, on the other hand, approached face to face, and Zeno would stretch out one of his hands. It's the last chance I give you. Give up and end this life of Sirius and come back to the palace. None of this had to happen. If you have the celestial marks, you will not be able to end the life of your creator. No, Father. Even you and DAISHINKAN were my creators. I can't let them end the lives of innocent people. And if it costs my life, I won't let you get away with it. I know that would be your answer. I really wanted to try. You're my first creation, but I have many more creations. So die. Zeno would lash out against Goku. Father and son, battle to the death. Victor of this battle would be the leader of the 12 universes and would be able to make him resurface or be destroyed. The battle was in Goku's favor. Though Zeno had much more power, he didn't have the required knowledge on the battlefield, and Goku would take advantage of this. Even though while they were in battle, Goku's body would begin to suffer the side effects of the power beyond a king at all. With the celestial marks being amazing in power, they were capable of ending the wearer's life if he didn't have a gifted body. My body's completely destroying itself. I even feel like my whole soul is disintegrating. But to die for all the 12 universes is dignified. I should have never existed from the beginning, and I plan to die in this battle. Goku would expel more power, and too much blood would be released. Zeno's laughter would resonate through the universes. I thought that DAISHINKAN granted you the knowledge of the battles. You're just good enough for nothing. If you continue to raise your power, you'll only get to die much faster. Apparently this imbecile is something else.
I plan to end your life, but a creation of yours, I'll corrupt the new reign. For that reason, I plan to die next to you in Daishinkan. Zeno-sama wanted to be surprised, but he was not able to react before an incredible blow which would be able to completely penetrate him, generating incredible damage. Being a king at all, it wasn't enough to end his life. It's time to end all this, which would never have started. Sorat, I apologize. I want you and Sirius to be able to turn to the 12 universes as a prosperous place. What the hell are you saying? Zeno-sama's injured. You won't die. Goku with a slight blow would send Sorat flying to the side of Sirius and the deities of Universe 7, while he was able to seriously injure Daishinkan. It's time for the three of us to be destroyed. Goku would lock himself up next to Daishinkan and Zeno-sama, rising his power to the highest level. Though Daishinkan and Zeno-sama beat Goku, they couldn't prevent Goku from raising his power. After a few minutes, an explosion would destroy Goku's barrier, spreading through Universe 7. That warrior, he's worthy to be a ruler, but as his last wish, we will be the new rulers. From now on, if there's any corruption of the gods or angels, we'll have to account for us. Sorat, with his great power, would heal the wounds of Beerus and Whis, while the communion of the new king at all would spread through the deities of the universes. We understand, Sorat-sama. We are to follow him to infinity. And that's how Sorat and Sirius would be the new rulers of the 12 universes, while Goku had been part of nothing with their creators.
Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.